Hi students, we're going to talk about radian measure. So there's some notes already put here that I'm just going to read. A central angle that measures pi radians intercepts an arc that forms a semicircle. It is a straight line. So pi radians equals 180 degrees and 2 pi radians equals 360 degrees. So remember 360 is a whole circle. So that's 2 pi. Half a circle is pi. And then in between, we can have fractions with pi. So when converting radians to degrees or degrees back to radians, you can use the proportion, which is just a fancy word for fraction, the measure in degrees over 360 equals the measure in radians over 2 pi. Okay, so notice we set up the fraction with the same thing. So whatever our measure is in degrees, we have it over 360 degrees. Whatever our measure is in radian, we have it over 2 pi because that's a radian measure. Okay. So they have an example that you can look at. We're not going to go through this because we're going to do our own example. Okay. But this is there on the Google Classroom as just a document that you can look at. So write each measure in radians, write your answer in terms of pi and to the nearest hundredth. Okay, so we're going to set up our proportion. So this is 20 degrees. Now remember we put degrees with degrees, so this is going to be over 360 equals, we want to know the radians, so we're going to leave that as x. That's what we're trying to find. And with our radians, we use our 2 pi. Now once you set it up like this, you're going to cross multiply. This will go here, this will go here. So 20 times 2 is 40, so you're going to get 40 pi equals 360x. Alright, we want to get x by itself, so we need to undo this times 360. What's the opposite of multiplication? Division. So we're going to divide both sides by 360. And this is our answer, 40 pi over 360. But we can simplify that, and we should always get in the habit of simplifying our fractions. So 40 over 360, that could be 4 over 36. And we should know 4 goes into 36 9 times. So x equals pi over 9. And then it said in terms of pi and the nearest hundredth, so you can just plug pi divided by 9 into Google or calculator, and you will get roughly 0.35. Okay, and that's your answer. That's a decimal. Okay, I'm going to use a different color for the next one. It's the same process. So 110, that's going to be on top of the 360 because it's in degrees. We can put the little degree there if you like. Equals, we want to know what it is in radians, over 2 pi radians. Okay. We're gonna cross multiply. So 2 times 110 is 220 pi equals 360 times x. Again, we need to undo the 360 to get x by itself, so we're going to divide on both sides, and we can simplify. So 220 over 360, they have a common divisor of 20. So if you divide both of those by 20, you will get 11 pi over 18. And in decimal form, if you just put that into a calculator, you'll get 1.92. Oh my goodness, that was really ugly and I'm sorry. Yay! Okay, so now we're gonna go backward. We're gonna go from radian to degrees. Okay, get a different color. Okay, so this is a measure in radians. We want to find degrees, so we have 3 pi over 2. Now remember, this is over 2 pi. Guys, please don't combine the 2 and the 2 pi. Okay, it's not 3 pi over 4 pi. It's different. Okay, it's this whole fraction over 2 pi. So yes, you will have 2 fraction signs in one fraction. Okay, don't combine them. Not yet. Equals, oh, we're looking for our degree, so x over 360. Okay, so we're gonna cross multiply. This goes here and this goes here. Okay, so we're gonna get 360 times 3 divided by 2. So I'm just actually gonna go ahead and divide that 2, and we're gonna get 3 times 180. Okay, equals 2 pi times x. Okay, we're going to divide 2 pi on both sides. The pi's go away. 180 divided by 2 is 90. So 3 times 90, this goes away, equals x. And 3 times 90 is 270. So it's 270 degrees. Now I know I said not to combine your fractions, but I wanted that for the purpose of you seeing the steps and how the pi's cancel. You can combine them. So this would be 4 pi, and you would multiply it, and then you could divide your 360 pi divided by 4 pi, and the pi should cancel, and you would get 3 times 9, which is 270, which I guess is a little bit faster. We can do this example where we combine them if you like. So we're going to have, oh, let me do a different color. Let's do red. Okay. Pi over 12 over 2 pi equals x over 360. So we could say this is pi over 24 pi. Okay, our pi's cancel, so this is just 1 over 24 equals x over 360. Okay, we still have to cross multiply. Well, actually, the x is already on top, so I'm just going to multiply this one here. So we're going to get 360 divided by 24. And that's our answer. If you plug that into the calculator, you're going to get 15. Okay, 15 degrees. Yay! Moving on. You can use the radian measure of a central angle. Remember, we learned about central angles last week, to find the length of its intercepted arc. So we can use it to find this length, which we're going to call S. We're going to call the central angle theta, and then the radius is r. So we can use this formula, S equals r theta. Okay, use each circle to find the length As the indicated arc, round your answer to the nearest tenth. So t is our arc, so t equals our theta. Okay, we want to know what t is. We know our radius is right here, 16 inches, times theta, that's our 3 pi over 4. And for this one, you literally just multiply them. 16 divided by 4 is 4. 4 times 3 is 12, so 12 pi is our answer. It says round to the nearest tenth. So if you plug 12 pi into the calculator or Google, it will give you 37.7. And that's your answer. Cool. For number 6, leave answers in terms of pi. So this one's a little different because it's s equals r theta. We're looking for theta this time. So s equals 15 pi. R equals 12, and we want to know theta. So if we want to get theta by itself, we need to undo the multiplication of 12. The opposite is division. What we do to one side, we do to the other. And we get 15 pi over 12. That's our answer. We should get in the habit of simplifying. So they're both divisible by 3. So we can say 5 over 3. And that's it, because it's a leave in terms of pi. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I miss y'all. I hope you guys are ready for summer break. It's almost basically here. Yay! So, okay. Bye, guys.